All right, now a few of my earlier subs will remember me back in the day proclaiming that this coming generation that the bumping graphics would be the smallest that there's ever been. I said this way back in when I started my first channel, late 2010, early 2011. Um, Told you guys this back then, and now we're seeing that at least uh, for the next couple of years, probably that that is true. Now, I still think that there will be games that freaking blow our socks off, so to speak, in the coming years. But as of right now, um, yeah, stuff looks good, but the stuff from last generation looked really good too. And what further backs up my point is the fact that it seems like all of these developer commentaries and all of these trailers that show the next gen graphics, almost every time they have to explain to you why it looks better than last generation. The generations previous, they would just show it and you knew it. It looked great. It looked way better than last generation. Nobody had to explain anything to you. They didn't have to tell you which version was which. But now they have to explain to you why this is the next gen version, when before it was apparent. Now I was watching a trailer for the next Assassin's Creed 4, and they had the developer showing why the next gen version of Assassin's Creed 4 looked better than the other versions. And instead of actually showing the current gen version and showing the next gen version and letting us decide for ourselves how much better it looked, they had to explain to you the technical reasons of what makes this version next gen. So there'll be a developer showing you the difference between the current gen version of a game and the next gen version. They'll show you something like on the current gen version, when the protagonist walks through the grass just goes to the left and comes right back. On the next gen version, when you step on the grass, it realistically reacts to your Jordans. It's like, really? Really? To be honest, to the naked eye, to the average consumer, to the non-definitive vision, this stuff does not look that much better than what we had last generation. And they know this. This is why they have to tell you the technical reason why this stuff looks better. Now, there may be huge improvements, but most of these consumers don't see this huge difference. If you have to point out why something looks better than the other, that means that the difference really isn't that huge when all's said and done. But that's what's been happening this generation so far. All these consoles are very, very powerful, but the problem is the systems last generation were also very, very powerful and close to realistic visuals. You see, on the current gen version, they have a nose. On the next gen version, they have a nose with nose hairs underneath. You can't see them, but they're there. Next gen, nigga.